why a Roth IRA is a scam. It traps you.
And I quickly realized that I never invested it.
And what happens is you invest for 30, 40 years. They loan that money out. They give you back money and interest and tax-free.
You put money in, you don't get a tax deduction, but every dollar you make of investment returns, you don't pay tax on. You get to reinvest every penny of your returns.
That's why a Roth IRA is a scam. That is because it traps you in a predicament where you won't be able to retire until you're 59 years old. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I want to retire in my 30s. So, by binding up a lot of my money into a Roth IRA, it's going to inhibit me from investing in real estate so I can retire early. So I think instead of being binded up in a Roth IRA, why don't you take that money and invest it in real estate where you're going to get a much higher return on investment. And
Oh, Romeo, you're missing the point here. There's two big mistakes you made in your analysis here that make all the difference. The 2 points you had was you can't get your money out of a Roth IRA until you're 59 and a half, and you can't invest it in stuff that can get a higher rate of return like real estate. Those are both wrong. The first point, the money you put into a Roth IRA, you can take out whenever you want. It's only the investment returns and gains that you can't access until you're 59 and a half. So for example, if you put $7,000 a year into a Roth IRA for 10 years, 70 grand. And let's say the account is now worth 150 grand from investment returns. That 70,000 you put in, you can take out whenever you want. You can take out when you're 30, 40, 50. And let's be honest, not that many people get to retire at age 30. And those same people that thought they could retire at age 30 are the ones sitting working at 70 years old because they didn't set aside any money in a retirement account. They're broke. They had the dream of retiring at their 30s, but they didn't set money aside to let their money work for them. They didn't use these tax efficient structures like a Roth IRA that has the flexibility to get the money back that you put in whenever you want, no tax, no penalty. All right, now the second point here. I like where he went. Why don't you invest in real estate? Because it can have a higher rate of return. Now, some real estate's good, some stocks are good. It depends. You got to pick the right ones. I personally love real estate too. But Romeo, you can buy real estate with your Roth IRA. We do that every 15 minutes here at our company, Directed IRA, where you can buy rental real estate with your IRA. You can invest in a startup, in a private fund. You can invest in precious metals or crypto. You don't just have to use a Roth IRA to invest in the stock market. Sure, if you have a Roth IRA with a broker dealer, you can only buy broker dealer products like stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. But if you have a self-directed Roth IRA, like I do, and 20,000 plus of our customers, you can invest that account into real estate and private assets. So if you want to have higher returns on investments and you believe that's in real estate, know that you can do that with a traditional IRA, a Roth IRA, an HSA. These tax favorable accounts can be used to invest in non-publicly traded assets as well. So I'm going to agree with you there, Romeo, but I'm going to say still you can do that in your Roth IRA.
Promise, this is not skeezy investment advice. I just want to tell you the story of the worst investment mistake I have ever made. So I had around $60,000 in my Roth IRA, and every once in a while I would check on it and just be a little perplexed why it wasn't growing like my other accounts were. I think after a year it had grown maybe 10, 11 cents. So I started asking around because that just didn't seem right. And I quickly realized that I never invested it. It was just sitting there like a checkings account because you actually have to make your investment selections with a Roth IRA.
All right, this is a great point. This is something a lot of people mess up. Don't feel bad, Mitchie. This is something that we see a lot with people who have used retirement accounts, but have treated it more like a savings account. Now, a lot of people will set up a Roth IRA at a bank or even at a broker dealer, and they'll just let it sit in cash. The Roth IRA is simply a vehicle. Remember, you put your money in it, you don't get a tax deduction, but as you invest it, you pay no tax on the gains. And when you pull the money later out at retirement, that comes out totally tax-free as well. The Roth IRA is like this tax-free ATM of investing for long-term wealth building. Okay, we get it at 59 and a half, where I don't have to pay any taxes on the investment gains. But if you don't invest it, there's no investment gains to be had. Now, Mitchie's example here is a common problem for people with Roth IRAs. Remember, you don't make any money by putting it into a Roth IRA. You have to invest it, and the investment that you have makes money. Now, this could be as simple as an ETF. The S&P 500 that's giving you an 8 to 10% return over the last 20 or 30 years, or some other ETF or fund that you're interested in. This could be real estate or private companies, individual stocks. I'm not telling you what to invest in. I'm just saying you need to invest it to get the growth. The whole point of the Roth IRA and the benefit is when the investments grow and you're getting returns, you're getting income, you're getting gains on the stocks or other assets you have, there's no tax. You're building up the account and every penny gets to get reinvested. Then the second benefit is when you hit retirement at 59 and a half or older, remember this is long-term wealth building, the money comes out entirely tax-free, which is different from a traditional IRA where you're paying tax on the way out. If Mitchie would have done this, now she said this was 10 years, if she would have invested and at least got an 8% return, that money would have doubled. An 8% return doubles in 9 years. Her $60,000 account would be $120,000 that would come out totally tax-free later on in retirement. And that's the power of long-term wealth building and using these efficient accounts, because every penny goes to you, every penny gets reinvested, nothing's going to the IRS or to the state. Make sure you're investing it. Remember, this is long-term wealth building. Don't focus on getting the home run hits. Make sure you're just getting invested, getting on base. And then of course, look for better investments to get greater returns, but don't get stuck sitting in cash.
Be careful of who you listen to talk about money. Okay, it's funny because in the United States, we're taught Roth IRAs, retirement accounts, stocks, different things like that. And what I find interesting is if you look into the requirements for investing in a Roth IRA, it's designed to keep you broke. It's designed to keep the middle class in the middle class and keep you poor. I'm saying here, okay? So you cannot actually invest in an IRA, in a Roth IRA, if you make more than $122,000 a year. Okay, so they actually cap you on investing in a Roth IRA. Isn't that crazy? So it's a middle class, keep you in the middle class, designed to keep you mediocre investing platform. All right. And what happens is you invest for 30, 40 years. They loan that money out. They give you back money and interest and tax free. It takes you 40 years to get that though. 40 years.
All right, Ben, you don't know what the hell you're talking about here. Now, you started this video saying, careful who you listen to about financial advice. I'd be careful listening about anything else Ben says based on his analysis here, because it has no context in reality. Now, there's one thing he said that was accurate. Roth IRAs are not available for high-income earners. Now, there's a workaround to that called the Backdoor Roth IRA. You should have mentioned, Ben. But understand, when the law was passed, Congress said, wait a second, we're going to have these accounts where people make money in it and they don't pay any taxes to the IRS or to the state. And then when they pull the money out later at retirement, they don't pay tax at all later. This is a totally tax-free account. We can't let the rich people have access to these accounts. That's why Roth IRAs are restricted to high-income earners. It's not a middle-class tax trap. It was the government saying, we can't let rich people use these because they're so damn powerful. Now, if you are a high-income earner, you can still use this strategy. You just have to do what's called a backdoor Roth IRA, which any smart person that understands Roth IRAs and retirement accounts and investing would know. Now, here's how the backdoor Roth IRA works. You make an annual $7,000 non-deductible contribution to a traditional IRA. You don't take a tax deduction on it. Then you convert that over to a Roth IRA. This is where the loophole is. There's no income restriction on Roth conversions. There used to be, but that rule was removed 10 years ago. So this created the backdoor method. Now I can get $7,000 a year into my Roth IRA through this backdoor method by making the non-deductible contribution and converting it next day over into the Roth IRA. I use this. Thousands of our sophisticated clients use this who are high income earners who want to have the benefit of a tax-free account that makes money and comes out totally tax-free later on at retirement. Now I've got another video here that goes over the backdoor Roth IRA and explains the process, how you actually execute on it, but just know it's an awesome strategy for high income earners to still use the Roth tax-free ATM account to benefit them. Now let me summarize here the power of the Roth IRA. You put money in, you don't get a tax deduction, but every dollar you make of investment returns, you don't pay tax on. You get to reinvest every penny of your returns. Also, when you hit retirement at 59 and a half, that money comes out totally tax-free. Your traditional IRA, your 401k, that you got a tax deduction to put the money in, you pay tax on the way out. The Roth IRA, I don't get a tax deduction on the beginning, which is the seed, but I pay no tax later on when I pull out all the investment returns and gains, which is the harvest. That's why a lot of people love the Roth IRA. Also, keep in mind, the annual contribution you put in of $7,000, you can pull out. You don't have to wait until you're 59 and a half. Now, the Roth IRA is just one of many strategies to grow and build wealth. Please make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I've got tips on saving taxes, protecting your assets, and building wealth. I'm Matt Sorensen. We'll see you next time.